Fireman, creator of Wildflowers Nails and the creator of Art Paints. Art paints are an acrylic, water-based nail art paint. They're made with the finest cosmetic grade pigment so that they're safe for you and they're safe for your customer. So what are these all about? Basically, I love nail art and I love hand painting nail art. And when I was first starting out, I would look on the internet and try to figure out ways to do this beautiful hand-painted nail art, whether it was stripes, leopard print, portraits, sponging, you name it. So some people use nail polish, some people use acrylic paint from the craft store, some people are starting to even use gels. And I seem to have problems with all three of them. When I would use polish, it would start to dry and get a little gummy or tacky when I would layer it. My problem with acrylic craft store paint is that, number one, the ingredients aren't cosmetic grade, so it may not be completely safe to use on a client, especially when you're using an e-file to buzz it off later. Secondly, I'd go to use it, and no matter which brand, everybody says, oh, this brand's the best, that brand's the best. Whatever brand I bought, it seemed like it was either too thick or there wasn't enough pigment, and I would have to do the same teeny little thin line over and over to get a nice, sharp, crisp, pigmented line. So after that, I tried gels, and the problem that I had with gels is sometimes they'll shrink up a little, and I had the same problem with the pigment. It was really hard for me to do my precision detail artwork when there's not enough pigment in the gel. So that's why I created art paints. Art paints are everything I ever wanted in nail art paints. They're cosmetic grade. They are so pigmented and they have the thinnest viscosity of any paint you've ever tried, I promise. You will absolutely love them. Most of them you can get on over black in one coat. One coat. You can apply them a tiny bit thicker than you can other polishes or paints because they dry very fast. You can even do all the artwork on one hand and pop it into an LED light for about 30 seconds, and anything that isn't completely dry will be dry. So I want you to stick around. I'm going to show you more about them. I'm going to begin by demonstrating the nail that you just saw in the picture, the one with the word love written across it. The first thing I do is apply my gel polish. I'm going to start with a lighter color and do the darker color second. So after I apply my light color, I'm going to finish with a gel top coat, and then I'm going to remove the tacky layer with some alcohol. Next, I'm going to give it a quick buff to matte the surface. I'm going to use a nice detail brush. I'm going to give my art paint a good shake, and I'm going to squeeze out just a little drop. That's really all you'll need. It's more than enough. I'm going to saturate my brush and begin by marking the sides to keep my letters centered. Next, I'm going to carefully scroll my brush, holding it almost perpendicular to the nail. It makes it a lot easier to do loops and turns when your brush is perpendicular to the nail. And I apologize for my hair. L, O. I'm going to stop, and there's not enough room for the last half, so nah. But watch how easy this is when you mess up. All I do is take my cotton saturated with alcohol, and it wipes right off, even off the matte surface. I'm going to go ahead and remark this and try one more time. If my paint starts to get a little dry, I can add just a bit of water to it. L-O. And this time I think I'll have room. V. And E. And I'm going to make sure I end my E where my little tick mark is. And there we go. Now I'm going to take my darker gel polish color, and I'm going to fill in the bottom half. The brush is really big, so I can't get it in all the little grooves. So I'm going to take the same detail brush that I just used, and I'm going to go ahead and use it to just scoot some of that gel polish up into the places that it needs to go. The next thing I'm going to do is cure my gel polish in the LED light. When it comes out, only the purple part will be sticky. So I'm going to take some of my glitter that I sell. This one is actually in the Posh collection from the micro glitter set. And I'm going to just dust this onto the tacky layer of the purple. I can easily take a dry brush and use it to scoot the glitter around. Some of the glitter hangs on the edges, but you'll notice the art paints are not sticky at all because they're just an acrylic paint. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply my top coat over the entire surface of the nail. If I do a nail that has a lot of art paint on it, I will always double top coat, and I recommend that you do the same. Here it is. So the art paints are available in two small collections. This is actually the rainbow collection. It has a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. I also have the Brights collection, which has neon, pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I have the black and white, which is pitch and powder. And then, of course, the full collection with all 21 colors. That's one of my favorites. Jade. And so is Lilac. And Kisses. I love them all. Art paints are great for super fine details on cartoons. They're also great for making stripes in one coat. For fine animal print, fonts, paint splatter and watercolor techniques, sponging, portraiture, flowers, and watercolor bubble techniques. In this segment, I'm going to demonstrate for you the thin viscosity and the pigmentation of these paints. As you can see, I'm just squeezing out a tiny bit and dragging it back and forth. Look how thin and runny they are. They're so easy to work with. Now to demonstrate on black, I'm going to do the same thing and just squirt these out very thin so you can see. It's not going to take multiple coats to cover black. They're so pigmented that they'll go over it. And now I'm going to take a brush and I'm just going to demonstrate again how pigmented these are and how smooth they are to work with. Just to review, art paints are non-toxic, water-based acrylic nail art paints made with the highest quality cosmetic grade pigments. They have a thin viscosity and dry very quick. They're available in the black and white collection, the rainbow collection, the Brights, and in the full collection of 21 colors. Art paints are handmade right here in the United States. We bottle them, we label them, we fill them, we do it all right here. I hope you've enjoyed this informative video about all the cool things you can do with art paints. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email. The MSDS is available right on my website at www.nailspecs.com.